Good morning, everyone. Now, I don't want to sound in any way being judgmental or putting people down, but the question is sometimes asked, how do we feel about leaving our church, the Catholic Church, in the hands of the current youth? It's a question that's probably been asked for hundreds, if not thousands of years. How do we feel about the upcoming generation? Number one, what are we leaving them? What are we handing over to them? And number two, how are we preparing them for that? Because there's no doubt that the younger generations coming through, I say the younger generation, probably the last 30 years. So those of you who are 30 years younger, you're classified as young here. Those people who've been brought up in that mindset, the way in which they've been educated, the way in which they are committed in terms of religion, is very different to the way that those of us who are grown up in the traditional Catholic Church were raised. So they're in a situation of saying, well, you know, we can believe it or not, we can do it or not, and is that going to be an attitude that will keep the church going as we want it to? Does the church really have that mechanism to do it? And yes, Pope John Paul II introduced World Youth Day, and we see how many millions of people have been to World Youth Day. The question perhaps is, that was a nice idea and it happened around the turn of the century. And we're now sitting 26 years beyond that. And yes, there have been World Youth Days going on. Do they still have the same momentum, the same enthusiasm? Are the young people at the moment committing themselves in the same way that, or in a way which is going to prepare themselves to run the church in the future? Often people look at Pope Leo and say, well, he's quite a young pope. Well, relatively speaking, perhaps. But he's been around for a while before he was elected pope. But he's young at heart and he's easy to talk to. But what about the message that the young people are getting? Are we really welcoming them into the church? Are we encouraging them? Are we being tolerant of some of the ideas that they're bringing into the church in terms of styles of worship and so forth? I don't have a full answer. If I did, I think I wouldn't be sitting here as a deacon. I'd be in some office somewhere doing something more significant. Not that being a deacon is not significant, but it's just for a thought for us, because each of us has a responsibility towards the church of the future. So you have a wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. God bless. Bye-bye.